Well, the Cardinals with a long road trip over to Des Moines tonight, and they get the victory 27-12 over Des Moines Christian. Carson Schubert with Coach Colin Bevins. And, Coach, your guys wasn't pretty at times with the penalties and things like that, turnover earlier in the game as well, but sometimes that's what makes a good football team, being able to win those ugly games, and you guys did that tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I told the guys after the game. I said I was very pleased with how we played for the first 3 quarters and a half, and then the second half of that fourth quarter rolled around, and we just kind of got a little anxious, and they're chirping going back and forth. But I tell these guys every day that we got to play within ourselves and talk to our teammates and encourage one another and let them talk and do the talking with your pads. So that's obviously something we need to continue to do, but. Other than that, it was a great performance by us, and I'm pleased with how we played. Offensively, we were able to run the ball. They were doing some different things up front. I think it was like by drives. They were putting a guy in the strong side B gap, and then they were putting him in the weak side B gap, and then they were just moving that guy around. It was tough to see where he was going. So, hats off to them. That's a great football team. They put a great product on the field tonight. That's a lot different than the team we played last year up here. So, hats off to those guys, and I hope good luck to them the rest of the year.
Yeah, they came out and got the lead right away, and you guys had to come back from behind, and you guys did that, and you've done that a couple of times. You've played from behind this season, and maybe kind of helped you in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. When you fall behind in games, especially that early, you can't go down. I mean, you can't sense the culture of your team dropping at that point. That's something we work on, and the first 5 weeks of the year kind of prepared us for that moment. But, I thought we stayed up tonight, and our guys never dropped their head. The first things that our defense was saying when they came off the sideline was flush it and move on, and that was music to my ears hearing them come off the field saying that, because they just gave up a touchdown on the first drive of the game. And, Coach Williams buckled them down, and he got something figured out, and it worked out. So, until that last drive of the game, they were held to 6 points for the entire football game. So I thought we played good after that first drive, but obviously that first game jitters. Both teams have something different that they're going to come out in, and we just had to adjust to it.
And the defensive line just really made it tough for Martin, the quarterback for Des Moines Christian. He really just did not get a chance to get comfortable tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Those guys, those 3 guys that we have in there right now quite a bit, Jace Wilmus, Grant Job, and Logan Green, those guys work hard every day in practice, and I preach to those guys. I preach to everybody in our D-line. We got to play vertical. If we play vertical and put their offensive line in the feet of their quarterback, no one's going to sit there comfortably. So we did a great job of that tonight. Coach Williams dialed up some good pressures between outside dashes and inside attacks, and different things to just keep them guessing on where people were coming from. And we were flying around with our hair on fire and making plays.
Got Red Oak next week, and it's probably going to determine who gets the Class 2A District 8 second seed going into the postseason. You get them at home next week, senior night next week, big night, big weekend for Clarinda as a whole. How are you going to prepare for that, and any initial thoughts on that one?
It's all right. Sorry, that jukebox that walked behind you kind of threw me off. But, we're just going to take it like we do every other week. Come in, get our conditioning work in, and do our install stuff on Monday. Come in on Tuesday, offensive day, get after it. Defensive day, go in and, fly around the field and see our guys make plays, and, put the hay in the barn on Thursday and go out Friday and, play football. That's what high school football is. I love it. It's a journey for sure. You can tell by how we split our season in half right now, but we're on a high horse right now, and we got to keep it going.
Head coach of Clarinda football, Colin Bevins. Coach, we appreciate the time as always.
Thank you much.
Here with the KMA player of the game tonight, and that is Logan Green. And Logan, a couple of tackles for you tonight, including a sack, a blocked punt, and you were just causing havoc all night long in that backfield. Des Moines Christian's quarterback just was not able to get comfortable in the game, and you really showed up in a big way tonight to help your guys.
When the backs, defensive backs, and the other ends do their job, it gives me more time, and when everyone plays as a unit, big plays like that can happen. So it was a good game overall.
Was there anything specific this week that you worked on to get prepared for this game?
You know, we started the 3-front last week, and we were kind of shaky with it, we thought. So we came back out, and we're like, we got better at it over the week. Just offensively tuning things up and making everything crisp, and we showed out tonight. And I'm very proud of both sides of the ball, all three phases of the ball.
So tell me what you saw on that block punt. Were you just able to find an open crease there in that offensive line that time, or take me through that play?
So they run a spread punt, so the A gaps are open, and we rush the A gaps. And I just found a crease in their shield, and I made them pay for it. Got to the ball. So.
Any other thoughts from this one, and then also heading back home to play Red Oak for senior night next week?
You know, we got to clean stuff up. I thought things got a little bit out of hand on our part towards the end of the game, and that's just mental stuff. So we'll clean that up for next week, and we got to come out and play hard. We know Red Oak's going to come out and give us their best, and we got to go out and play our game. So.
Well, once again, Logan Green, the KMA player of the game. Logan, congrats on the win, and thank you for the time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
For KMA Sports, I'm Carson Schubert.